I had the pleasure of sitting down with AMS to discuss some of our differences in this game. But before we get started, click the button. It's right there. And buy my t-shirt, bitch.
So tell them get on my level, ho. I'm burning up, see I'm hotter than where the devil go. It ain't enough till I'm burning down.
Aight, let's get started. Right now.
Brim low on my fitted. Dreams has always been vivid. I'm just trying to go get it. Catch me right around and I'm ignorant. I'm just rolling.
How did you become red pill? How did you find the red pill?
I don't really like the term red pill. The way I became aware of female nature was when I got to high school, I dressed nice. Like, I used to wear a lot of designer clothes. I'm a New Yorker. I'm from Harlem. So we'd wear the Gucci. I had Gucci's when I was 15, $450 sneakers. So the way I dressed was similar to a lot of the popular kids, which is what introduced me to some of my friends. Because, you know, they was like, yo, kid, you fly. And next thing you know, we start kicking it. So the thing about it was when I started hanging out with my friends, after school, I used to go around and approach females. So I learned from them how to approach females. And the first time I did it, I got rejected. I didn't talk to a girl for a whole week after. And then I noticed during that week that my friends, they would keep approaching and talking to females. They would also get rejected. So if they can do it, why can't I? So I went back to the table, tried again, approached my females, and then next thing you know, I started dating females that had boyfriends. I've dated married women, all types of things. So that's how I became aware of female nature, which is the complete opposite of what happens to most guys, where they have a girlfriend that cheated on them or did some of these things. I learned from being a guy that women cheated on other men with.
That's what's up, brother. Did you go through the normal stages that most guys go through, the anger and, you know, all those crazy stages, what most guys, when they find, you know, just can't believe it, you know, female nature and all that stuff. Did you go through all that withdrawal and all that, like, you know, love is over and all this other, did you go deal with all that?
No, never had a red pill rage phase. Because like I said, I've been the other guy, the guy that women cheated on their boyfriends with. So, no, everybody doesn't go through those rages and those phases. And it's unfortunate that it happens to some guys, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, I've never went through a red pill rage phase. I learned from actually dating multiple women how women are.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this for all the guys out there, especially me and you. I don't know if you have any kids. I don't have any kids, but for red pill men that want to leave a legacy, besides their purpose or, you know, their business or something like that, say a kid or something to carry on their name, how do they supposed to get over that feeling of dealing with the repercussions of, you know, having offspring today with child support laws the way they are and the visitation laws, you know, the women have all the rights and stuff like that. So speak on the guys who want to, you know, have that. Some guys want to have more than one. Some guys want to have 3, 4 kids. Like, you know, what are guys like that supposed to do?
I'm one of those guys. I have 2 kids and I might have a third. We're still in discussions about that. I did want 4, so now it's 3 and it might just be I'm finished. But the way you avoid child support is you actually pick a woman that has something going for herself. Back in the day, men worked and women relied on men to support them. It's not like that anymore. And the thing is, you can't have everything. No one gets everything. If you want a woman to stay home, God forbid something happens, you're going to pay child support and you are going to have to pay her alimony or whatever you think, because the fact of the matter is you've been supporting her and society says, like, you can't just throw her away because you found a nice 22-year-old secretary. So if you're going to date a woman that doesn't have anything going for herself, best believe the judge is going to make sure you pay. But in the modern day, which is 2021, there are women out here that are lawyers, doctors, that have something going for themselves. At least find a woman that makes the money that you make. Because y'all all ain't out here making 6 figures. So if you find a woman that will at least go 50-50 with you, you're not going to have to worry about child support. And if you find a woman that also has something going for herself and has some sense in her head, you don't have to worry about custody battles, because a sane woman wants the child's father in their life. I don't know too many women with sense that want to take the child and use him as an ATM. You're not even making six figures. She's not gonna make that much money off of this child support. Most of the sane women I know want the father in their kid's life. Now you might get some spiteful females that will try to use that child. Oh, you don't want to be with me no more, so they'll tell you you can't see your kid. But I beg to argue that you probably already knew that. That woman already sent you red flags before those guys laid down and had kids with these ladies. So get you a woman that has something going for herself, and also get you a woman that actually wants her kid to have a father, because they won't be trying to take custody from you so you can never see your kid.
Right. So me and you, we pretty much stuck in our ways. We grown. But say for a 26, 25-year-old guy that grew up in a religious family, the friends are religious and they believe in marriage and stuff like that, they could shame you also because you're living outside the normal paradox of what they see as how a man's supposed to be. You now have a family and stuff like this right here. You don't have a wife, kids. How are guys supposed to get past that dynamics of the shame and tactic from family and friends that, don't believe in the red pill philosophy?
First of all, I think people should do whatever they want that makes them happy. And the thing about that, as a friend, as long as you're not out hurting other people or you're not doing drugs and stuff like that, where I could say, yo, bro, this is wrong, no one can judge you for the kind of life you want to live. If you want to have fun, go for it. None of my friends are married. Do I try to push them to go settle down? No. That's what makes them happy. And your friends and your family should want you to be happy. You only live one life, so I don't see why you can't do what you want with it. And if your friends and family don't get that, well, cut them off, because those ain't your real friends. You can cut family off too.
Good, brother. Good. So let me ask you this, brother, because me and you, we older now. A lot of our friends are going to be settled down and stuff like this right here. How can a guy whose friends are starting to settle down, how can you avoid that loneliness? This is what gets a lot of guys trapped into want to marry a woman or settle down and stuff like this. Because as you get older, you got some of you guys are young now. The guys you're hanging with now that, 19, 20, 21, well, they're going to start getting married and settle down with kids, and they're not going to be there. And so how can guys not fall in that trap of needing a woman once they friends start to, fall off by the wayside, get married and stuff like that? How can guys not feel that loneliness and avoid that pitfall?
The fact of the matter is, you can't. That's one of the cons of dating around for the rest of your life. Like, sure, sleeping around is a lot of fun, but if you ask me, I don't remember most of the females that I slept with because I dated around a lot. And even with the rotation girls, like, rotation girls come in and out of your life because you don't want to commit to them. And some of them may like you, and you may like some of them. But the fact of the matter is, if you dating around, they can date around. And when they find a guy, or it gets time for them to want to settle down, if that's not with you, they're going to move on. And that's just life. And the funny thing about it is, as you get older, sure, you might be able to attract girls in your 40s, in your 50s, but in your 60s, come on, bro. You're not going to the club in your 60s. Eventually, life catches up to everybody, because women aren't the only ones with a wall. Men get old too. And yeah, there might be a handful of guys that at 50, 60 years old could still date a 22, 23-year-old, but you also have to wonder, is she with him for that money? Because I don't know too many 22, 23-year-olds that are just like, oh, that 60-year-old is attractive, I want to date him, opposed to dating somebody in their 30s. So one of the cons of dating around all your life is at the end of it, you might not have somebody real with you and you might end up dying alone. But the pro is you have had a whole bunch of fun. You've dated around, you've dated a whole bunch of new women. And if that's what you into, that's cool. No one's gonna knock you. You got one life to live. So if you want to spend that life dating around, do your thing.
Like that, brother. Let me ask you this. I remember once upon a time where when you dated, it was about finding love. I'm not gonna say all the time, but a lot of the times back in the day, say 20 years ago, is about, what both couples came into it as in trying to bring something to the table. Now everybody's looking to see what they can get out of it, right?
Yeah.
So if you meet a woman, she's trying to see what you can provide, and guys are trying to say, hey, you know what guys want. Do you ever think we can ever get back to a place where the love songs mean anything again, or is this just the way it's going to be and social media ruin love, and this is just how it's going to be? You're going to have your situationships and forget real love. Even if you're a purple pill guy, you just are going to accept the fact that, hey, I'm a provider and she providing some ass, and so we make it work? Or is it ever get back to a place to where it's about heart and feeling?
Honestly, I don't think love ever left. There are women that are in relationship with men that they make more than. So that's just not the case anymore. The fact of the matter is what social media did was it gave more options to females, but it also helped the men out as well. Because let's talk about the females. In high school, she could only date and talk to the men in high school. In college, she could only date and talk to the men in college. And after she graduated from college, there was only a select amount of men that she would interact with. Now with social media has given women the opportunity to actually broaden the men that talk to. Male and females, you both get older. And you ain't gonna be on Tinder at 50, 60 years old. Now, with the love thing, love has never left. Most women still want to be in love. Most women still want to get married. So there are women that might be overvaluing themselves and looking for that top-notch guy, which, there's some delusion to that. But honestly, you can't listen to females in the first place, because a woman will say she wants a nice guy, but she'll date the bad boy. A woman will say she wants a 6-figure guy, but she knows she's not getting a 6-figure guy. She's comfortable dating the guys that qualify with her. Like, they might get on the Kevin Samuels show and say, oh, I need a guy that makes $400,000. But they know only guys that are making $50,000, $60,000 are checking for them. And that's life. Reality hits these females in the face. And it's going to hit some of you guys in the face too if you don't realize that, you're getting older just like the females are getting older. And yeah, you might not be looking for love now, but if you wait too long, the opportunities of you getting with somebody that actually likes you for you, that might not happen. Oh shit, I got a meeting in 10 minutes. You got anything else for me?
No. That was it, man. I try to keep these things about 40 minutes or whatever. I try not to. I know how people, y'all got y'all own channels and stuff. I try to keep it to 40 minutes, man. Salute. Thanks for coming through, bro. Show my man some love leaving up out of here. Support brother's channel, man. Good channel, man. Good red pill knowledge, brother. I appreciate you stopping through, brother.
All right, fellas. I don't want the video to run too long, so part 2 should drop in a few days. I'm out.